I'm just talking in theys now when I'm really just speaking from my own experience, but it's what I see. And I see there's many, many, many paths to get to the way, but there's only one way. There's only one way to go throughout this walk of life, this journey, so to speak, and that is morality. That is spirituality. That is knowing that one is a soul in a man or woman, whoever you might be, physical body for a limited time here to experience this. So please don't be fooled by what's coming. It'll be a worse, even worse continuation of the enslavement that's been going on for generations. Are these things allowed to play out the way that they've been designed to play out, the way folks are unknowingly playing them out for others?
You gotta be kidding me. Ron is coming back with the fire, burning some truth into your soul through your speaker wire. If I told you I was just like the rest, then I'd be a liar. Yeah, I've done drugs in the past, but now I've gotten higher. This life we live is just a fucking facade, kung-fuing beliefs like my name is Machat. Fools wanna call me crazy, but I'll never stop. My life isn't lived in fear, so no, I'm not scared to drop. I've repented my wrongs, so when all this shit comes down, maybe I'll finally reach my top. Maybe my purpose will then become clear. Maybe I'll actually help the world get the bigger idea that we've all been slaves from the get-go. And life's not about getting money and chasing hoes. Life's about learning and gaining wisdom, like understanding the alchemy of how food grows. It's a sad, sad thing that there are very few who truly know. Maybe I wasn't hitting right with my first approach. Maybe I'll add a little heat to my crispy flow and show you fame seekers a talent show. How many of you for real have actually stepped back, grabbed a snack, sat down and took a look at your life, played it back, learned the lesson, stood up and stopped living it with your fucking head in your ass cracked? They got the masses overrun with fear. They are the parent in your life. You got a child this year. Quit watching the TV, stop drinking the beer. This shit is turning your children queer. You might think the end is near. I'd say the shit is pretty clear. So listen dear, your life won't be over even if you drop dead this year. I will not consent, no I will not give up me to the mind control system. I have found my sovereignty. Every day I ask myself, how long's it gonna take for this place to change? When am I going to meet my inevitable fate? I won't wait. But until that date, I'll give the fruit off my plate to those with the desire to actually do great. I don't care if the ignorant hate, I will never again be snaked. Pushing my message away will be your biggest mistake. Millimeter wave radiation, aluminum and mercury toxification, sentient elimination, cancer-ridden sanitation, bacterial nanobite aerosol spraying. Perception changing, symbolic swaying. Quit listening to what the fuck the man is saying. You're not gonna save yourself here just by praying. We need to boot these social engineers, they're lucky they ain't left hanging. Corona is a fear-based belief designed to drive separation amongst society, while they install more weapons that will kill us quietly. They want us at each other's throats, they want us worshipping the goats. I know sometimes it feels like you're drowning and it's getting hard to stay afloat. The weight on your shoulders is getting hard to tote. Just know I'm right here with you in this boat, so I'll sing it one more time for you before I go. Oh, I will not consent, no I will not give up me to the mind control system. I have found my sovereignty. I know nature's on my side now that I can fully see. I only want to help after being a deadbeat.
It takes each in their own willpower and discernment to look deep within and reflect deep within and to gain the knowledge they need to find these things out and to know what they need to know about themselves. How they think, feel, and perceive this reality and recognize the actions they take and what those actions do. It's so important. And it's so important not to be led blindly down any path by anyone. Go deep inside and reflect to find the creator, I guess, is the best advice I can give. How to do that? That can only happen when the body and mind is cleaned out of the toxins. I've said that before, but it's only because I came to know that, because I could not slow down. I could not slow down and gain and maintain control of my own thoughts and emotions until I changed what I was intaking. Until I cut off from the programming of the screen and I stopped. I stopped taking the poison of the injections, the pills, the consumption of the chemical-laden processed food and drink, the unnaturalness that I was taught to consume my whole life.
Man, I really love making music. I love how you can just express so much in such a short amount of time. You can really change someone's life with meaningful words. From this day forward, I'm not holding back. I'ma take my mind, heart, and soul and put it on the track. Place the shit on blast like a heart attack. All the shit you follow is extremely whack. You don't think for yourself, nah, you piggyback. Comprehension is what you lack. Stuck out of the moment like a tack. All this shit going on, tell me where you at. Eating poison and getting fat. Chasing fame and chasing cat. Trying to buy your happiness, so you work for them racks. On the street, looking for crack. Hanging with friends, sipping jack. Never knowing all the demons and karma we're gonna stack. You can't grow without looking back. Took control of my life from the system, yeah, I found the hack. Turns out I was carrying it with me all along like a backpack. Knowing yourself in life is like a season pass. You can't build without a foundation, it's bound to crash. All the harm you do will come back around and bite your ass. My flow is harmonious, melodious. My higher self keeps telling me I need to show you this. I don't care if you hate me or threaten me, cause you're just throwing a fit. You can't stop me, I'm on fire, so go and grab your oven mitt. Middle fingers to all the folks working for the government. You fucking dorks, you're the problem, realize what you're doing, kid. Carrying out actions for others, yeah, you do their fucking bids. Order following slaves, you don't got the bigger pick. They're still caught up trying to figure out their own shit. Likely never realizing that they're even doing it, cause they're stuck in that movie in their mind, playing out a skit. You don't need drugs for this shit to make you trip. I used to be a dark piece of shit, but then I gave that switch a flip. Realized what morals were, and then I turned around the ship. Gave up my entire ego in the fake life I live, so I could rise above these deceptions and let you in on the secret. It doesn't cost anything to live here, and all energy is free. We've been fractured from the inside, lost the ability to see. So you think there's a curve when you look out at the sea, because you trusted all the cartoons you saw on the TV, created by those controlling the perception of our reality, acting out each and every logical fallacy. If you're comfortable, you're asleep, wake up and see this tragedy. This way of living is designed to strip you of the morality written into our nature by the creator of entirety. The normalized way will lead you to mortality. Your mind is constantly racing, turn down the sensitivity. This is nothing new, it's been going on for centuries. By wearing a mask, you give yourself a disability, indoctrinated with the ideas and belief of germ theory. Self-reflect, intervention with God like a court hearing. It's not just our sexuality they've been queering, it's our hearts, it's our minds, and our entire way of being. It's possible for all to see the things I've been singing. I'm not mad at you, I'm just trying to get your bell ringing and show you we can have peace with the cards we've been given.
When I was able to stop all that, I was able to sort through all of this and sort through and find this. That organ, that instrument, so to speak, that organ of the heart, with those pipes leading from that organ that can resonate and hear the music in harmony and balance, in equilibrium, and live there on that plane of equilibrium in nature, in morality, knowing there is a most high creator, and that all I can do is observe, try to pass messages as I can, because I'm not that, though I know we're all being directly observed by that. So I mean, I know as best I can, and I feel it. Go past those pillars, into your own mind. Find that third pillar of wisdom within. Find that center point, that balance. Use that instrument, that special spiritual instrument of the heart, for what it was meant to be used for, and realize this maybe, that the reconciliation of duality, of those pillars of consciousness into equilibrium, breaks the left-right paradigm, the black-white paradigm. When you realize that this race that we're all running, what race are we? What color am I? I don't consider myself a color. I consider myself a man in a body, covered in flesh, yet another organ, but I'm flesh-colored, like everyone else is flesh-colored, man and womankind. So the different shades in degrees of color. Something so simple is not something that should separate folks from each other and make them look at each other in certain kinds of ways and feel certain kinds of dark, nasty ways about others. Nor should any of these other ridiculous labels that have been attached to folk ego, that they identify with, that they think they are, that they run around fighting for. They're simply fighting not to really realize and recognize what they truly are inside, what they've been all along, because they've been tricked into thinking that they're all these other things.
Lately, I haven't been sure what to do anymore. I think I figured it out, though. I'm gonna keep making music for those who have yet to know. I'm planting seeds, I know they may take some time to grow. I'm sorry I'm an asshole, I think about that on the low. But this message I'm delivering is serious, yo. So tell your grandmas, tell your uncles, tell your sisters and bros that you won't find happiness in fancy cars or clothes, cause that seems to be the broken mindset of most. Make money, take what you can, YOLO, God is a hoax. Blah blah blah, Ron, you've said this 1,000 times. Gave lectures, documentaries, and now my rhymes. And not a single time have I asked for a dime. But you're stuck on my last words, wanting to bitch and whine, telling me I should or shouldn't do this, like speaking my mind is a crime. I'm trying to help, I promise you, I'm living just fine. If you can't see we need help here, you're as slow as Frankenstein. Poison from the trash, pumping through your insides. I'm just trying to bring everyone to the other side, and stop following in the footsteps of the wicked and blind. The shit you see on TV is not real life. That's not how you be a mother, father, or a husband and wife. And that's not how we treat each other. Violence, hatred, usury, and plenty of other normalized, debaucherous, crazy, sinful behavior. The words y'all repeat have twisted layers, and you'll never perceive it because you spend your time being a hater. This will get worse till we become aware of our harmful actions. They want us to fuck shit up so they can get the cameras flashing, put it on the news, entice a fear reaction, so they can control your life while you remain stupidly passive. They control the language of your thoughts, make you think you're happy and expect appreciation, surrounded by separation and segregation, divided from self and each other in every nation. You say you can't breathe, take off the mask and get some ventilation. I mean what I say with no hesitation. The rap I hear these days is washed up, dirty and dry like a moldy raisin. All the drugs in your mouth, what the fuck are you even saying? Sounds like the mumbo jumbo for my 2-year-old when he's out playing. Your mental health is continually deteriorating. Those deep dark demons are inside patiently waiting for you to take a look inward and entertain them. Understand why they are there in the first place so you can slay them. Give birth to a new you, a changed man or woman. Live the right life because you've learned from living the wrong one. And you know now there's something more behind these constructs, not just in society but beyond these walls, bruh. Stop trying to fit in and grow some balls. Slow down, close your eyes and go down every hall. Explore every door even if the front says don't open anymore. It's detrimental for your health, we're at a standstill and need to move forward. Unlock the ability of your intuition and imagination so you can see this Monopoly game, slavery edition. This reality is translucent, you have to heal to get the vision. It doesn't matter if we're black, white, Mexican or Asian. We're all sons and daughters, what's with all the racial tension? We're all being suppressed and played against each other by the system. All life matters. No, I'm not supporting a side or a movement, I'm simply stating a truthful statement. I'm starting to get good at this rap shit. Music is my passion, I already knew that this would happen. I'll keep getting on the mic to talk my shit and tell you what we're lacking. If you sound like everyone else, you're a fake dude and you're acting. Every time I trigger you, I bring to light a contradiction. You're addicted to this way of living. I'll just keep exposing the snake oil that you keep on sipping, and I'll pray others fight the war in themselves like an internal revolution.
You have to see that this, what I see is what's been built here has been built to be brought down, and it's all being shown right now. If one were to look out and to see how everything is being portrayed, all the corruption being shown in the different religions, in the different governments, in the different agencies, and the this and that, you think that's an accident when all this information and its flow is controlled. When it comes to the media and print and this and that, it's on purpose. It's on purpose to let everyone know that, hey, we're showing you how messed up all these systems were all along, that you played along with, and they figure within each out there in those systems, because I felt this deep and profound myself after working in that system, thinking I was doing something to protect. For 21 years, realizing I wasn't. That's a crushing realization to come to when you realize what you're really a part of, what this was all designed for, what it's all doing, and what we've all done to each other because of it. Why? For a paycheck, for money, this or that, but it's deeper than that. It's because it was due to, for me anyway, a lack of spirituality and a devoid of morality.
Have you guys heard that Ron guy?
Of conscience.
It's this crazy conspiracy dude who makes these cringy rap songs about crazy stuff. He's always talking about vaccines being poison and people being mind controlled and shit. He's kind of a lunatic, honestly. Fuck. Oh no,
boy, you've got it wrong. You just can't understand my songs. You wanna pick up the addiction when something goes wrong. I don't need a mask, cause my wisdom is long. I've moved past all this shit, I'm already gone. You think your life is a mess, well so are the rest. And some people out here are living with less. But either way, this shit is a test. So do your own work and stay at your desk. Fuck that, who cares? Let's blow down and sesh while the world continues to turn into shit. Most fear going into their internal pit. It's scary cause you can't see the other end of it. You gotta crawl down, turn on the lights, explore the depths of every crack and crevice, and clean the hell out of that bitch, so you can climb back out and really see what I've been talking about. Look past the chemical clouds, the stars rotate above us, no doubt. Space sponsored by Mickey Mouse. Know the why, the when, and the how. Your mind is the temple, your heart is the house. You say that you're real, well then why don't the thoughts in your head match the words out your mouth? I orchestrate and demonstrate, you fabricate and replicate. Got vegetables on my dinner plate. I've repented but I'm not a saint. If you're worried now, just fucking wait, cause this shit is playing out day by day. But somehow I'm the crazy one they say, while they kill themselves and their children simultaneously from all of the shit that they eat. It might as well be P or maybe Dookie. I speak for myself, don't include me in we. Unless you've repaired your soul, have the power to see. What can I say besides have a nice day? Whoa, look over there, I think I see Trey.
Hopscotching through the multiverse. People know your worth, what your purpose. Never lose focus in this depth of field. Many filled with death and pills, saving just to pay their bills, working till their hands go still. Yeah, I dropped the tab, been living laugh. People think I should have been in rehab, cause I see past all this BS. Never sleeping, dreams all around me, manifesting my reality, digesting hella alkaline. Feel the energy travel up my spine. I wear the crown cause it's always been mine. Christ conscious every time I spit rhymes. High power, Fibonacci in mind. If you don't know about Al, then in due time, only you can unlock your true mind. Rewind everything that you knew. I'm jumping through portals, unlike Peabody morals. My atlas is out this world, so catch up or just remain dorsal. My words are universal, a lyrical Jason Bourne. My blood is bleeding purple, got stars beneath my orthos, got stars flowing through my soul. So Elon tryna call my personal, just know that I ain't from Earth. Yo, my home is in your heart, though I roam to shit this art though.
It places the mask over its nose and mouth. It does what it's told. It puts the mask on its face, or else it gets the contact trace. Put the fucking mask on your face! It's as simple as that, though it's very, very deep. And I spent a lot of hours contemplating and just going to the crushing depths within myself. And really the despair and the depression and the sobbing that comes along with the reconciliation of one's own actions. But in that I found the willingness and the willpower to want to change, and change as much as I could, as quickly as I could, and find the way. To do that, I had to explore all these inner paths, so to speak, that I could explore inside. Build the foundational knowledge I needed that I was never taught. That took looking into the esoteric things, this and that, to get the language of symbolism, symbology, how it interrelated to me, my psychology, my physiology, how it does to all of us. Everyone can gain and find all of this knowledge for themselves and within themselves, and come to know these things. And in that, you can break out if you happen to be trapped into some reactionary, animalistic, so to speak, state of where you're in a constant fight or flight mode because of all the damage from all the toxins that were intaken, because the body cannot be relaxed at ease. It's in a state of dis-ease because of all the toxins and injections. You can get that stuff out, you can slow down, you can find balance, find equilibrium, and then you can start with the purging of beliefs, gain knowing, really understand what you come to know for yourself, in yourself, and get the wisdom from that. the tying together the physical and the metaphysical. So to get back to something else, time and space, to reconcile just another duality in this finite material place, this creation. My heartbeat, every moment my heart beats is my time here. The moment my heart stops beating, that's when my time ends. Has nothing to do with the watch, has nothing to do with the calendar, has nothing to do with any of man's so-called conception or fractionalization of time, because I have one experience here. When it stops beating, I'm out of here. That's all the time I have. It's all the time all of us have. And for me to tie in the metaphysical part of that aspect is that infinity, or the creator, or God, or what's after this is infinite. That is the spiritual energy that is within me, that can be found within all of us that really seek to find it, I suppose. It makes gaining the wisdom from the past profoundly important too, not to repeat the mistakes into the future, because past, present, and future, don't get locked into that. Use the past for the wisdom you can get from it, then use that wisdom to not have the terrible future that's trying to be constructed for us, by others of us that would mislead us. When I say us, I mean society at large.
I refuse to give up now. We'll try radiation.
I don't understand.
I don't understand what's going on with the world, but I know I trust in the plan of the Lord. Wisdom from the heart, not no man's written word. I've been watching from a distance how they steer around the herd, so I've been making big attempts to fix the harm that I helped cause before I had the bigger picture. Money and materials not on my agenda, cause stuff is just stuff, now you can't take it with you. Nope. One day you'll meet the reaper. Don't let the fear hold you back, and don't let it keep you from doing what is right and doing what you need to. Every day's a lesson and the moment is the teacher. I preach ya, slaving 9 to 5, 7 days a week, living the same day like my life's on repeat. But the sun's getting hotter, God's turning up the heat. Things aren't what you thought and they aren't what they used to be. Nowadays you can't trust history. Nowadays happiness is misery. Nowadays people have a hard time getting me, cause nowadays I don't tread shallowly. I'm in the realms of spirituality, working on mentality, consuming naturally, contain my inner savagery from this blasphemy. You haven't heard Bond, but I've been here for a minute. 20 years of mind control, yeah, I've lived in it. Never knew myself, never knew where I fit. I thought to be liked, I needed some shoes and an outfit. Money, respect, and power, yeah, all of that shit, to fill this dark hole inside, almost like an endless pit. Constantly growing until I went inside of it and faced the demons that inhabit it. Lost the battle once or twice, but always stood back up and went right back at it. Had to lose the ego, realizing I was the opposite of immaculate. You gotta pave your own way, you got a story to tell, so we can manifest the day. We're all tired of this hell. Peace is what we say we want, and it's all fun till there's an obstacle to overcome, and all you know how to do is run. So nowadays we give our children toy guns. Nowadays health means poison. Nowadays our schools operate like prison. Nowadays freedom is illusion. Nowadays wisdom is confusion. War against drugs, war against terrorism, racism. What we need is a war against war, a war against belief, a war against immorality.
Must be a success.
Dear Lord, this message is for you. I'm thankful for everything, repentful for the harm I do. I hope you continue to guide me and show me how to grow. I hope you take care of the ones who have yet to know. I remember what it feels like to not know where else to go, trying to stand up, but the ground was just a slippery slope. I pray others keep in mind this was only temporary though, and that they follow the path of their hearts as you intended for. Amen.
Anything else? Time and space. I had said that to merge that, but I stopped at time. So space, well, here in the physical and the finite form, it's this space that I have to operate in, wherever that might be on my journeys as I travel around on this plane, in this world, in this experience. But I do it from my body, in this physical body that's wrapped in that other organ of the skin. It's absorbing all the poisons and all this and that from the air that folk keep putting in the air because they either know better or they don't. Either way, it's happening. And life itself in nature is suffering for it, to say nothing of the frequencies that go right along with it that are destroying life and health and cognitive function. Anyway, this is the space I have to operate with and from and out of this body. That's all any of us have, is the bodies we're in. That is our piece of property, each of us. See, the trick was with all these other laws, Lex Murgatoria, then later Admiralty Law, onto the Uniform Commercial Code, UCC, and then after this, the incoming Noahide laws. It's all man saying, I own other man and woman because I'm going to put this label, this certificate, whatever, this number attached to them. They'll never know they were a spiritual being in a man or woman's body, because they'll start off thinking they were kids, because that's what they'll be called, because that's what folks are used to saying, where a kid is a baby goat. So again, those references, please consider these and consider them deeply, because the language, these words, are the trick that's been used to fool everyone and keep them locked in these hypnotized beliefs, destructive beliefs. That is not a state of knowing. I can't tell you, though, truly, that this world to me is, and all these deceptions are so tiresome. It's like living in some disgusting, weird, sick, twisted version of Groundhog Day, except everything is continually getting worse based off only the beliefs that are being propagated out there because of the false worship that's happening out there. Yeah, there's just so much to say. Just don't know what else to say at this point, or how to say it. Maybe folks' hearts have been so devoid, maybe like mine was. That's a deep, dark battle that I hope others get to real quick, fast, and in a hurry, because it's crushing. It's crushing. I know you've been lied to, but it is deeply, deeply, deeply profound to find what you can find within yourself. And when you come to know yourself and know that you're a part of something much more here than that, there is a Most High. And then you'll see that the names and the different religions and the different reasons and justifications used, whether it's in the name of God or man or woman, or pick your reason on why you should go attack and enslave and harm and control others, you'll see the lie in all of it. You'll see it. You'll know it, because you can feel it. Then you can communicate it. And that's when all the systems lose their power. That's when all those in costumes lose their effect over you and their influence over you, when you can readily turn your back on any of them, because you'll hear the words coming from their mouth for the gibberish that they are, for the babble it is. That's the only reason I'm talking about this stuff, to try and help others not to get that far. To simply stop what they're doing now, to realize all the harm that's being done now is still being done. More wars are being created right now very purposely by folks that don't get themselves. They haven't grown up fully. They're still children in costumes. They're playing whatever role for whatever part of the system they think they're playing, for whatever valid reason they think they're playing it out. Some very well know they're doing wrong, and they're doing it on purpose, and those are the ones guiding the rest to do these things. Unknowingly. Everyone, it's their responsibility, everyone, to know they're more, to realize they're more, to know that we've been tricked, and to stop it now, because it's our responsibility. It's as simple as stopping the production of all these toxic materials being put out as food and drink. Stop poisoning the water supply. Stop with the fluoride. Stop the immoral propaganda and programming being pumped out of all the networks. If you're watching any of the networks or any of that TV and movies, I would suggest, with a quickness, stop looking at the immoral programming. Stop with the entertainment designed to distract. Stop the worship of other man and woman. Get away from narcissistic behavior. Get away from the vampires that will leech and suck your energy from you, because they are also empty shells and holes, spiritual holes within them that they have yet to fill. They will try and use you to fill that in them. I used to do the same. So don't think I'm name calling. To know yourself, to know your own psychology, how it works, how your thoughts, emotions, and feelings all play out, and where they come from, and how to stop intrusive ones. How to protect yourself and your energy and your mind. with what you see every day in this dark world, from all this dark programming that's being pumped out. You have to be aware that it's there first to be able to then protect yourself from its effects. And then when you can do that, you can point out its effects to others, because you can watch it have its effect play out on them in real time. As you see their eyes glaze and gloss over, and they start to stare and space out as they just receive this programming. And then later you hear them repeat these same words. And when they're repeating words, they're only repeating the words of others. And that's why so many folk can't have a calm, coherent, organic conversation of their own with their own thoughts. It's a constant smattering and collection of other pictures of others' ideas and others' thoughts, constantly spewing out. That's why we live in this so-called land of confusion, where everyone's speaking different languages, speaking in their own compartmentalized perception of reality, not being able to explain simply what anything is. If you can't put it in simple terminology for yourself to explain from a place of knowing and wisdom, well, then all you're doing is using a combination of beliefs of others in all these ridiculous word salads to just try and convey someone else's point, to try and make yours. So it's not your point. It's someone else's point you're using to try and make your point. You get the point? The point is to find that center point of the core within oneself, to realize all that's going on and all that has been created to go on within the brain, and to stop that. And that can be stopped. And those intrusive thoughts can be stopped, and then intrusive thoughts don't become emotionally reacted to and felt a certain way about and then acted upon in a reactionary state. That way one can realize, oh, why did I have that thought? Well, that doesn't even make sense. Let me get rid of that. Let me discard that. Let me dispel that spell before it becomes something harmful. I'm not trying to pretend it's easy in any way, shape, or form, but I am. I'm simply trying to convey that it could be very easy to fix this whole world if everyone could slow down and stop their actions and just reflect inside, because while they're reflecting and they're not actually acting, they're not doing those actions. Harm is not being done. These things aren't being continued like they're being continued right now in every single area. All these agendas are all intertwined into one big picture, one big grand tapestry that anyone could see, were they only to take the time and effort and have the willpower to do it. The trick has been to make folks think that someone else will always do that for them, that someone will be able to spoon feed them everything they might need to know and they can just glide through life. That's the slave master mentality. That's the separation of the physical and metaphysical. It's the separation of the multiple layers of separation that's been created within each out there, according to their experience, however it's happened. Evolution didn't make us like this. Evolution did not give us the abilities that we can come to know and realize inside us. And when you do, you'll realize the lies. And when the lies start to become apparent, and the beliefs start to crumble, and the walls start to come down, and reality seems absolutely fake everywhere you look, just realize it's because it's all been set up to be a facade, a show, based on costumes, based on choices made. All choices that were set up by those that set up this whole physical system that's been running and running and running and changing names and changing forms throughout history. It's all the same thing. Just look and you'll see. Look within yourself and you'll see. So the only reason I started to make videos, because I never realized, for 39 years I didn't realize that life wasn't what it was supposed to be. That my perception was so absolutely narrowed and suppressed, and my cognitive function was so destroyed that I could not experience life as we were all meant to experience life, in a full fashion, with all my sensory awareness being used by me instead of my addictions using it to drive me. No. It was supposed to be me having full control over my senses and my perception to open up, and for me to be able to put the right knowledge in, to gain wisdom from my experience and from what I was coming to know and see and realize. And I described it before as if having a whole nother life within the life you're in currently, or rebirth, or There's so many ways to put it. It's in here as well. So to me, if folk could just get that message of morality, repentance, to just know rather than believe.
Been a minute since I last wrote, had to come back and fight the foe, smash the beliefs like Super Mario. The only way you'll begin to grow is if you raise your vibration from the floor. Don't believe nothing, knowing is the cure. A lot of harm is going on, living conditions are extremely poor. We need to heal our collective relationship, we don't need no more war. The truth that energy and knowledge is free is kept behind closed doors. Knowledge of self, kept from the main view, is the major cause of self-inflicted doom. This place is a fucking mess, gotta clean your shit up, I can only give you the broom. I ain't fucking around, this shit is just the simple truth. I don't give a fuck about an icy neck, I'm getting paid and paying in reality checks. This life we live is a major hex, designed to drain you until there's nothing left. Acknowledgement is the biggest threat to the suffering, the pain, and the guilt and regret. I take the time to share my mind and show you what I've come to understand. A few years ago I was just another broken, simple, closed-minded man with no depth, with no soul, just doing what I was fucking told. Like most these days, afraid to step out and be one of the bold. That insecure, fear-based spiritual hole that has you afraid to look different, because your whole life you've yet to be accepted. All you ever wanted was to just fit in, all you wanted was to feel loved, all you wanted was to feel protected, never knowing you'd get stuck like that in a state so disconnected. 20 years until knowledge hit my radar, internalized, and then I lost my mind, fart, brought it back, and then I found the map, and I turned my energy into rap to hopefully give back for all my wicked crap. It's the least I can do to repay all my dues, to get right with myself, God, and really to get right with you. Had to reconnect to my heart, and I had to care for others too. I had to get out of my self-centered outlook and put on someone else's shoes. Knowledge of care and empathy, it is never on the news. Just divide this and attack that, there's never nothing new under the sun. The divine light up in the sky providing life. Get your eyes right to get that hindsight, so you can spread some true light on this dark night. Heal some trauma, yeah you just might, but we don't have much time, something big is coming guys. Like soon, seriously. The only goal for every one of us is to heal our collective state. No amount of service to self and materialism will ever compare in weight to the true peace and freedom we could all experience when we all walk through nature's gate. No more fears, no more worries, no more wars because of no more hate. All these simple problems we get caught in daily between our own friends and family. Never stop to say, man, gee, something's wrong here. Where's the love, y'all? Where's the care, y'all? We were never taught about the inner aspects and how we work, y'all. And only you can fix your issues and your problems once you realize that you have them. Simple as that.
So how do we win? I'll give you my best advice. What I think, what I feel to be true. We're one, let me explain. One move away from checkmate. Why with this? Because what is coming is, on one hand, you're being directed and steered to accept absolute, total technological control and domination of your life in every aspect of it. That's one hand. And also on that hand, in the ways they're doing it, it is cooking you right now and will be used to cook you truly with radiation. Even more so in the near future, if not realized and stopped. The other hand, where they're steering and pushing you toward with this, is to accept the injection of more poisons into your body, into your temple. Maybe one that cannot be recovered from. Both of these hands of the same body, of the same beast system is presenting you with these two choices, because you're being driven right there into the arms that are about to wrap around you of total technological dominance and the injection of poison within you, maybe one that cannot be recovered from, if you wish to continue to participate in their beast system society. So that's what I see coming. That's why we're about one move away from checkmate. So how do you win when a game like that's being played and has been for so long? I say simply stand up, walk away from the table, and stop playing the game. The ones that are still playing the game will be forced to see themselves for what they are and their part within the game and what they are actually doing to themselves and each other, especially when you stand from the table and calmly speak to them and let them know you are playing a role. Stop now. You have to look deeper within you. You have to feel deeper within you to know that you are not what you think you are. That none of this is what you think it is. No, we've all been horribly tricked and fooled and deceived, and we can all stop it right now. We can all choose to stop doing the harmful actions right now. So that's what I see. That's what I feel, and that's how we win. That's how we win collectively, non-violently, with simple, non-violent, non-compliance, with any who still continue to want so badly to play this materialistic game of greed and control and labels and things. The simple, direct truth about these harmful things we've all lived for so long can stop all of that. And then hopefully each can stop the war within their own minds that's been induced by these spells of fear and terror and trauma. And they be fully able to connect to their heart, to their soul, to find the Most High, to find that this creation has been, well, we've all been put here somehow, by some way. And seems to me we're each responsible to change it, at least in our own small way, for the better while we're here. Now, who am I to say? I made quite a few mistakes along the way. So anyway, thanks for listening.
Where to go from here? Trying to avoid the madness, but it's getting near. Meanwhile, things are getting clear. Making songs, hoping you finally get the ears to hear. Cause most of y'all need a kick in the rear. Running from your true self because of the fear. Take responsibility for your actions and spread that to your peers. Y'all need to catch up with the rest and see what's happened here. I'm not depressed or anxious, those are just labels to define those who see too much. The ones who feel and see the pain and all that's around. The ones who witness the suffering and don't make a sound. Cause every time they try and speak, they get shut down. Cause that deep dark hole inside is very much noticed. Told to fill it up with pills and potions, or cover it up with makeup and lotions, never knowing they were taking a tremendous toll on us. A toll you can't see, smell, taste, or touch. Consider these things you don't think about much. We need to put it into gear, repair the clutch, filled with chemical poisons and things of that such, to fracture you inside so you can't see very much. They take away your power and give you a crutch, and force you to conform to these broken social constructs. So where to go from here? Trying to avoid the madness, but it's already here. I can say all the words in the world, but it's up to you to make them clear. Y'all need to slow down and spend some long nights in the mirror. So where to go from here? I don't even know what else to write as I'm sitting here. It's gotten more obvious each and every year, yet men and women submit and won't turn around and bite the spear. So here I go from here, reaching out again to try and make this message clear, that we don't have to live in stress, we don't have to live in fear. The entire world is interconnected, dear. Break through the mental barriers and shed the tear. This can start overnight, but it's surely a journey. Hard to find the time when you got work every morning. Hard to find the motivation when everyone's asleep snoring. Walking around blindly without a clue of what's important. God put answers on the inside, you just have to find it. Smoke a joint, go into a dark room and sit in silence. Explore all of what you are, not just your 5 senses. Most would see they are a collection of messes. The longer you run, the more the spirit regresses. The more poisons you consume, the more the ability represses to see the depths and layers, because you have fractured lenses. There's deep meaning to these sentences that you'll never understand until you figure out what language is. World peace is my hypothesis, but for these leaders, rulers, and controllers, their agenda is the opposite. To keep people perpetually disconnected and fighting, not knowing what the problem is, so they can sit on top, pull the strings, and reap the benefits. And everyone who blindly believes are just as fucked up as they've made it.
Please know that what is happening is a result of generations of varying degrees of physical, mental, and spiritual enslavement. Please know that you have the power, potential, and ability to help change it. Please know that man and womankind are being divided and distracted at all costs while they are hurriedly being fooled into constructing their own electromagnetically weaponized and digital concentration camps. Please know that a living man, woman, child need clean, unobstructed air to breathe and clean water to drink for the body and mind to function properly. Please know that you cannot inhale an imaginary virus. You can, however, make yourself sick by wearing an oxygen-depriving mask while simultaneously breathing in carbon dioxide and bacteria held by the mask. The false external groups and labels of control are false personas when attached to and are also masks. Please know you did not evolve from monkeys. Please know the allopathic, chemical-based pharmaceuticals were designed to suppress, degrade, and destroy the bodies and minds of all that consume them. Please know that water is level for as far as it stretches, which is well past the physical ability for our eyes to see. Please know that the ground is still and solid. It is not an illusion nor hurling through space. Please know that they won long ago. The old world order is the current world order, becoming the new world order, which is a replay of the old world order, now with vastly upgraded technological, psychological, and physical manipulation and control. Please know that inner reflection and contemplation can reveal the contradicting beliefs, thoughts, emotions, feelings, and actions of the past. It is the inner process of mental and spiritual growth each is responsible for, and is the path to the unique organic wisdom that each must find. Please know, all praise and glory to the Most High. Thank you for listening.